Hello and welcome to That Guy, your guide to data analytics landscape. And I'm your host, Tripathi Aditya Prakash. And you might remember me from Shivai's Data Revelation, my other podcast, which I do with my startup, that is Shivai. So today I'm going on a new journey on starting That Data Guy podcast, which will be focusing on corporate world through the eyes of a data fresher, as I've recently started my journey as a full-time data analyst, as I was an intern previously. So I'm will be talking about my perspective and also freelance things that I have done. I'll be talking about them also. So it will be a focus on corporate world through the eyes of a data fresher. So that is the goal of this podcast, as in this That Data Guy podcast show that I've started. So let's start with this particular episode. In this, we'll be talking about do's and don'ts in your data career. So we'll be addressing some common downfall or pitfall for many data freshers that they do, and I'm also a part of it. I also did them and I learned the hard way. So the first one is rushing to create dashboards and graphs without understanding the underlying business requirement that has been provided by your manager or a supervisor. So until unless you don't know what your requirement is, don't just start making those fancy graphs and those really understanding and these colors and stuff. Don't go into that until unless you you know have a particular understanding. Don't just start on it. You're getting? So until unless you know what your core focus is, don't just go and start making dashboards and graphs. No matter how tempting they looks, I know I literally used to rush to data and used to create graphs. That is not the way. Don't do that. So it's crucial to align your technical skill with your business needs, because ultimately whatever analytics or graphs or data that you do is for a business need. So you need to take that into consideration. And that is my second point also, that is understand and think from a business perspective. So because your analysis should aid the decision making process. It can be for your supervisor, it can be for your manager, or it can be for your CEO if it is a particular startup that you are working in. That is the case with me. So yeah, because it's essentially going to be used for decision making. That data driven decision making is this only. So it isn't just about the data, it's the story and the action it drives. So it tells a story. Data essentially, that data driven decision making, it means that you actually have a story that you want to tell through data, and based on that story some action will be taking. Like for example, if a DMart is present and it's performing very poorly near your locality, your data is stating that. So based on this story that this DMart has been performing really badly, and this particular section, that is food section, that is very badly performing, and in food also you can talk about sweets. So it tells a story about DMart not working in terms of sales properly and their sweet section being really low performing. So based from that you can take an insight or a story that you have told, a action will be taken, and why it's that, what can we do, something like that. So think from a business perspective, not just an analytical perspective. I mean, you'll have to think both. It will be a combination of both, but still first take the business perspective into mind, and I'll recommend having a talk with your senior supervisors and managers before jumping into it, and have your goals. I'll suggest the best thing to do that is to create a document that you can you know share with them, or requirements you can take from them earlier only, before going on any kind of decision making or any kind of analysis that you do. So next one is another key aspect, that is documentation, and I can't put my emphasis on this. This is the most important thing that has, you know, led me till now how I am. Like, the way I am is because of documentation. So why is that? Because I document every single thing. It can be an insight, it can be a task, it can be meeting, or it can be feedback. Even ideas that I come, I literally carry a notebook with me, with my wallet. So it's always one notepad is with me. I document every single thing, whatever comes into my mind. This podcast idea started from my notebook from today's morning. So I document everything, and it enables me to do certain things like this podcast. All this started from an idea that I had in the morning. I documented it. I thought about episode, and I already have 3 episodes planned because of my documentation. So it's very important. And taking this into corporate world, this isn't just about the report keeping, although it's very important. You can show your credibility through it, and also if someone is not having any record, you can show it so that they can better understand it. It's also a part of your personal growth. So if you are keeping a feedback with you, bad or good ones, good one will motivate you, bad one will also give you a perspective on what went wrong so that you don't do it again. And meetings note is, you already know how important it is, because it shapes the direction that you're going in. And the task, the daily task that you are going and doing, that you document, because next day you'll have to look back onto it and see what you have done. And insight, the, the summary of the insight and the things that you have done, it's very important to keep it that way. So you'll keep a record of everything. Just start doing it. I'm sure you guys will see a very good and real benefit from it, just from a week of doing it, or even from a, not, I don't think so in a day you can see it, but just try it for a week. If it does not work, you don't do it, but only benefit will come from it. It only came benefit in, for my case, it will be for you guys, I'm 100% sure. So give it a try for a week and let me know if it didn't. Let me know also. You can reach me through any social platform that I am on, and just let me know if it didn't work. Really want to see that. So yeah. And the another one is, the data table are your foundation of your work that you do as a data analyst or a data professional that you are. So those data table structure, the accuracy, and the communication are really, really important. So as a fresher, specifically from that perspective also, mastering them is really crucial. So until unless you know which column means what, which particular field means what, you can't do a hypothesis kind of analysis. It does not work that way. You have to understand each and everything, like which is a primary key, which is a foreign key in terms of SQL. You need to understand every single thing. Until unless you don't have that, you can't move forward, because your whole analysis will be of no use, because it's based on a hypothesis technically. So get your data table sorted, as these are your foundation. If your foundation is bad, your analysis means nothing. And lastly, this is referring to my another podcast, that is Shivai's Data Revelation. So you guys need to check it out if you haven't, and just build on the insights that I shared there also. And I'll be continuing exploring Python, R, and machine learning there in the next episode that I'm going to upload really soon. I've had it all figured out. It's been a really long delay. Last podcast was on October, I think. Yeah, it was October 23rd, I believe, on Shivai's Data Revelation. But a new episode is coming really soon, and this one podcast also. So this one will be a mode of my, uncut version, unfiltered version, and that will be kind of like a, spark driven and startup kind of things that I'll be sharing there. So, but this will be uncut and corporate world application that I'll be giving you guys about. So yeah. So now these are, too much tips for you for this particular episode. So just to wrap it, have a wrap up on it. Remember that your journey in data is unique. Everyone is unique. Everyone is a unique data column, a unique key. So yeah, so keep on embracing your challenges that you face, learn from them. I know it's very easy to say it than actually do it, but yeah, that's how we learn. Essentially, we learn from our challenges and mistakes more than our successes, because successes does not tell us things that we should grow on. If something gets done, it gets done. We don't learn anything from it. But if something is broken, we learn 10 things from it that we won't learn if it was working perfectly fine. So yeah, and learn continuously. Keep on reading, keep on listening to podcasts, keep on writing or seeing the medium blogs or anything you do, but don't stop learning, because this field is ever growing. Every hour, I'll say, a new invention or a new paper, research paper or anything get published. It's really growing at a second speed. So you need to learn continuously to actually grow in this role. Otherwise you will be replaced, that is for sure. There isn't any filter for it, you will be replaced. So yeah, keep that in mind. And thank you for tuning in for our very first episode. And follow me, and technically us, that data guy, now for more insights. And check out the show notes for link to my Medium page, YouTube channel and the Instagram feed. And until next time, okay, we'll meet it here only with a new episode. And stay curious, because that's the only way we grow. And stay data driven, because always remember, this is the motto for this show, for this podcast, is that remember that the data tells a different story always. And to finish it off, you'll be listening to, and you have been listening to, That Data Guy with Tripathi Aditya Prakash. And join us in our next okay, why was that? Okay, so I was trying to add a AI narrative, you know narrator that will be doing it for me. But yeah, it glitches sometimes, so that was his voice. So yeah, I'll do it again with me. I don't trust him anymore. So you've been listening to That Data Guy, essentially me, with Tripathi Aditya Prakash. And join us in our next episode as we continue to explore the corporate world and how juggly it is. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.